Hello everyone and welcome to a buff breakdown, and today of the buff campaign we have the 5-star Berserker buff, and much like my prediction, it did land on Shan Yu. And it's not just any buff, we have an MP buff, so you know it's a big deal when a Berserker damaging MP is buffed. So let's see what we have here. So previously his AoE quick MP on a 5-hitter wasn't really all that impressive. Before damage, on base overcharge, he got 20% MP damage for 1 turn, scaling up to 60%, and then it did damage, and that was it. That, again, nothing else. The MP damage couldn't even ramp up due to being 1 turn, so it was never really all that impressive, and honestly, it never really did crazy damage either. So, if anything, he was mostly doing crit damage, not MP damage. So let's see what they did to improve on this basic MP. So now we definitely have some more lines. So first and foremost in the order of operations, before damage, he now ignores defense for 1 turn as a buff. Again, it's not just the MP itself that gets this ignore defense property for its damage. It's a full-on buff of ignore defense for 1 turn. So meaning if you do a brave chain with him, the follow-up phase cards will also benefit from this ignore defense, which is great utility. The overcharge remains completely unchanged, nor did they add any new stuff for it. So the MP damage, the same as I just mentioned. And another new line, he gets 50% crit damage for himself for 3 turns. It is flat, it doesn't scale, but hey, crit ramp up, we love it. Then does the upgraded damage of the MP upgrade, and then after damage, now all enemies get a minus 20% defense down for 3 turns as well. Also flat like the crit damage, no scaling. It is after damage, yes, but certainly a very nice and welcome addition. Again, makes the crits even better. So now this MP is quite awesome. I really like this. Obviously, it could have been better with the defense down before damage, but I feel like at that point it would be maybe too big of a buff. They already introduced 3 new lines as is, so it's definitely a very modern and nice MP buff regardless. And he already previously had 3 turns of Invul Pierce on a good uptime from his 3rd skill, so now having the ignore defense on his MP as well gives him that nice dual passage to make sure he lands his hits. And again, if anything, the MP will definitely do more damage now, which is great, but this again emphasizes on his crit playstyle even more, due to the ramping up crit damage on the MP, and you can also ramp up the defense down. So farming wise, I'm gonna guess he's still not gonna be super amazing. From what I remember, his refund is very tight, it's not very pretty, but I'm very excited for his DPS potential after this, especially because the defense down being after damage doesn't really help farming much at all, nor does the crit. In fact, nothing in this buff besides the damage upgrade in most farming scenarios would be relevant. Everything else that they added would just be relevant for bosses instead. So I'm a huge fan of this buff. I feel like not every AoE Berserker should be focused on farming, so him being way more boss focused, pure offense, I quite like it. He's still fairly fragile though, being a quick AoE as well, but honestly, I don't mind it. I feel like it's gonna be cool seeing, you know, just dish out crazy damage or die fast, you know, YOLO. So again, normally here I would show you where I would place him in the updated Berserker tier list, but we have not done the Berserker tier list yet. In fact, you are looking at the thing we are going to do, and not just any time later, today, literally today. So less than 3 hours from now, we will get started on the 2025 Berserker tier list. So tune in to find out where Shan Yu with his brand new nice MP buff will end up being placed. And again, if you can't make it to the live, I will upload the video with timestamps and everything, so don't worry, but do try and catch it live. Twitch.tv/Myst will be live. If you watch this video when it's spit out for like 6 to 9 hours, chances are we still might be live, so come say hi. Otherwise, see you on the YouTube video. Now for tomorrow's buff, we have a 3-star rider, which arguably is the least interesting thing, because, you know, low star buffs tend to be, you know, whatever, but as my prediction, I'm gonna guess, especially after today, I'm thinking it's gonna be red hair. The back-to-back Last Spell 3 buffs, if you will. He could also use an MP upgrade. Certainly doesn't have the hardest hitting MP out there, and doesn't help that he's story locked, so a lot of people don't even have an MP5. So red hair will be my guess for Tuborrow's 3-star rider buff. So there you go. Again, I was always thinking it was going to be between Shan Yu and Nightingale for today, so Shan Yu, MP buff, a great one at that. I'm pretty happy with this. Obviously, a lot of people were huffing copium that it could be like Morgan or Subercast or whatever the hell. It's never gonna happen, bro. So, well, at least not in the case of Subercast. Funnily enough, the Morgan banner did start today, so a lot of people were especially huffing copium because of that. But dream on, my dudes. Anyway, if you enjoyed this buff breakdown, do me a solid and press the thumbs up button on this video. It really helps out. And do subscribe not to miss out on future videos, because the next video you will be seeing is the Berserker tier list. And right after that, the next day, the 3-star rider buff breakdown. Shout out to my patrons on the screen right now in suit for being a big YouTube tier member supporter. And either see you on the Berserker tier list live later today or on the video. Have a good weekend, my dudes. Bye-bye.